What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Find Your Formula Reacts. Now, today we got some heat from the guy Myron Gaines. Now, I dropped a video reacting to Nick Fuentes and how he was talking about some problems in the black community. And I wanted to get Myron's perspective on it because this dude hates everybody. This dude doesn't like anyone. He doesn't like black people. He doesn't like Jewish people. Doesn't like women. He hates absolutely everybody across the board. So I knew with Nick Fuentes, it was a little bit kind of like, well, some people just say that he's a racist, but I know with Myron, people say that he just hates everyone. So I was like, all right, cool. I want to hear the opinion of some black people from the guy who hates absolutely everybody. So without any further ado, let's get into the video.
People call me a racist all the time.
Go on.
Myron, you're a racist. You're not even black. You're not one of us. You're Sudanese, right? You ain't one of us. You don't understand our struggle, all this bullshit. Here's the thing. I actually do, okay? Because if we want to go ahead and play the fucking victim card, you want to know who can play the victim card better than all you motherfuckers? I can. Because not only am I black, despite what the fucking idiotic FBA's got to say, I'm also an Arab Muslim. And last time I checked, after 9/11, that's not a good combination to have.
Fair.
I've been profiled at airports, I've been profiled in stores, people think I'm gonna steal, and they also think that I'm gonna bomb the place, okay? So if we wanna talk about being a black man in America, times that by 5 when it comes to what I've been through. However, I don't go on the internet and fucking bitch about my circumstances. And quite frankly, I could bitch more than any of these fucking black people because I get it from both sides. You guys think the cops pull me over and be like, are you a foundationally black American? Like, no. They just see skin color brown. Oh, he's a nigga. All right. Lock him up.
Throw him in jail. Shoot him.
When I'm going through TSA,
Yeah,
they
facts.
see my unique ass name. Amber Photo. What the fuck? Hey, nigga, you got to go over. We gonna search you, right? So, trust me, when it comes to bigotry and racism, etc., I've experienced all of it. Okay, I can sit here on a fucking soapbox and cry about it all fucking day, but I don't. You want to know why?
Why?
Because that's what everyone does. Everyone wants to be a victim. Everyone wants to feel fucking sorry for themselves. And they all want to go ahead and get people to give them preferential treatment. I refuse to do that shit.
That's fair. And I also think the biggest reason why I think people do that though is because victim mindset is rewarded. Like people come at Myron all the time for his mindset, for him being like a racist, whatever the case may be. But one thing he hasn't done is been like, oh, I'm a victim to my circumstances. At least I haven't seen him do that and say like I'm a victim to my circumstances. But we live in a world now where it's cool to be a victim. You know what I'm saying? Like when the whole trans right, interracial, whatever was going on, it was like the more you are a victim, the more say you have in like these political left right spheres, all right? And that was a really weird time because it was like, well, I'm a black woman, so I have more say than a white woman. Well, I'm a black disabled woman, so I have more say. Well, I'm a black disabled trans woman who's also queer. Like it just went further and further down. I think the stop of that was DEI, and we kind of saw how that worked out with the whole fires that happened in California when you just hire people based off of what they look, and it's not merit based at all. You get people put in positions where they have no business being in. I digress. So I definitely think, but I think that's one of the biggest reasons why people claim to be victims, and in the black community as well. It's a cool thing to be a victim. It's cool to be like, man, the white people holding us down, and everyone around you is like, yeah, man, like they are holding us down, but not really though. Like you haven't applied for a job, or every job that you do get, you quit in 2 weeks because it's hard. Like it's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be hard. Now, I don't know if he's going to get into this, but this doesn't take away from the injustices that have been put on black people in the past. Like slavery did happen. It sucked. You had multiple like black flourishing cities and towns that were burnt to the ground by white people that feared the black uprising. But even in those times, even in like Jim Crow times and things of that nature, you had black families sticking together more back then than they do now. You know what I'm saying? You had black people sticking together, and that was the biggest issue that the government had, and like the white people that wanted to control black people back then had is like, oh, if these niggas get together, it's a wrap for us. It's a wrap for us. So we have to divide them and break them up, and they've done a great job with the psyop of feminism and destroying the nuclear family and the psyop of sexual liberation. It did exactly that. So yeah, I think that's the main reason why people play the victim. It's cool. It's rewarded. It's not cool to stand on your own 2 feet and be like, "Well, not bend the knee." You'll get beheaded in front of the people that believe you or believe in you. They try to make a martyr and an example out of you, and we see that with the people that have been canceled. Luckily they're smart. They know how to play the game. But there's been people that have gotten their careers to 86 during the height of the whole cancel culture thing. Never heard from them again. Never heard from them again. I'm sure they may still be doing some work behind the scenes, but as far as like being the face, they got beheaded publicly.
I refuse. I refuse. Because my thing is this. Kevin Samuels famously said the world doesn't owe you understanding, and I've always kept that in my mind, and it's very true.
Mm.
The world does not owe you understanding. All they know is pattern recognition and stereotypes. And stereotypes a lot of the times are attributed to things that tend to be true. There's negative stereotypes out there about Muslims and blacks, and I happen to fall under both of them. So I'm not going to sit here and cry about my circumstance like, hey, you need to give me the benefit of the doubt. Ah, stop profiling me. It's always going to happen. People are always going to profile you. It doesn't matter.
True.
Your job is to prove them wrong. Your job is to come in, speak in an articulate manner, not be a piece of shit. Be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Let your reputation precede you so they don't see skin color in them anymore. They see an individual.
You know what's funny about this? I actually had a similar experience happen to me the other day where I was put in this situation. It was kind of like I noticed it. So I was at the gym, right, and I was doing some cardio, finishing up my workout, and then I accidentally hit like the little like safety thing on the handle where it like shuts down the machine. But the problem was it shut down the machine, and the machine was still all the way up in the incline. So I was like looking, like trying to hit the button, nothing's working, and then like there was like 3 or 4 people just kind of looking at me to be like, is he just gonna leave it or is he gonna try to fix it? So I went on YouTube. I looked up the brand of the treadmill I was on. I found out how to turn it off and how to get it back down to level. I just had to unplug it. It was nothing crazy. I unplugged it, fixed it, wiped down my area, and then I left. And then I could kind of just see the people like, okay, he's one of the good black ones. You know what I'm saying? He's a safe bet. You know what I'm saying? And I've definitely had this happen. I had one old white dude. I was in Walmart. Was just talking to him, and he was like, "You speak very good," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." Like, I think people on the left would call those microaggressions, but I don't look at it like that. I'm like, he's a harmless old dude. He's probably gonna die in 2 weeks. Like, it's fine. He's trying to compliment me, even if it comes off a little bit weird. I'm like, hey, man, thanks. I appreciate it. But I do think that no matter your skin color, you should try to conduct yourself in a respectable way. I think that anything that has your last name on it should be looked at with a certain level of prestige. And I think that the only way you can do that is if you live a prestigious life, you live an honorable life, you do things that are good, and you do things that are honorable, and you speak the truth, and you try to do your best. I think that's the only way. If your last name is on something, it'll mean anything. Because if not, it's like, oh, this person's a piece of crap. They don't pay their bills on time. They don't do this. They don't do that. Whatever the case may be, you got to have some type of gumption to your last name. You have to have some audacity to stand on business and say like, no, I did this. This is mine. And if you don't like it, then take it away from me. Good luck. But I agree. I agree.
Okay? This is America. This is what you got to deal with when it comes to multiculturalism. Multiculturalism is going to lead to inherent racism, bigotry, or whatever it is. It is what it is. So instead of me crying about it, it's like, I'm a black man in America. This sucks. Ah. No. I say,
Also, have a gun too, because there are some people. That is not a lot, but there are going to be some people that hate you simply because you're black, and they'll make it known, and they're not bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? They're not bulletproof. Now, I'm not saying you should go around murdering people. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if you ever you have to have defenses for people that are going to try to put your life in danger. So that simple. And they could be other black people. You know what I'm saying? They could statistically, they're probably more likely to be other black people. So just know that. Like, oh, okay, cool. You trying to, all right, bet. I'll send you straight to the upper room and I'll sleep soundly at night. If I got to choose between myself and you, I'm choosing myself 10 times out of 10 and twice on Sunday. So just keep that in mind. Like, yes, be cordial, be respectful, but let it get gangster if necessary. Like, don't be a bitch. Like, don't be a pushover. Don't let people talk to you crazy. Don't let people just try to manhandle you any which way because you're just trying to be cordial and seem like the nice black guy. Because I've had that happen to me before too. I was like, oh, I'm respectful, I'm kind. Sometimes people take your kindness for weakness, and you got to go upside those people's head. Now the story may get flipped, and it might be like, you see this angry black dude. Cool, is what it is. Cool is what it is. If they feel that way, let them feel that way. But at the end of the day, if I got to choose between being above ground or underground, and you got to take my place, so be it.
I'm Emerald fucking Fuddle, aka Myron Gaines. You guys know me crying about it. It's like, I'm a black man in America. This sucks. Ah. No. I say, I'm Emerald fucking Fuddle, aka Myron Gaines. You guys know me for me and you don't know me for my background. My race does not define me. My background doesn't define me. Okay, my racial background and my lineage. That doesn't define me. My actions and my behaviors define me. My character defines me. But if you want to go ahead and make everything about fucking race and take this victim narrative that so many people in the black community fucking take, by the way, like this stupid ass nigga over here, guess what? They're going to do exactly what you're crying about, which is profile you. Because that's what all the other stupid niggas do. Cry about race. Race is a low IQ, stupid, ridiculous conversation. Of course it galvanates a bunch of people. Look at this case, it's garnering quite a bit of attention. But the black community got to stop fucking bitching and crying and moaning about being a black man in America and systemic racism and, oh my God, white supremacy, white supremacy. If you cry about white supremacy and racism all the time, you're gonna feel like it's going on all the time. But if you say,
That's true.
Even if this thing exists, I don't believe in it, guess what? You are going to move a lot more intelligently in life. If I think
or even saying like, even though this does exist, it doesn't mean I can't be successful. You know, there's going to be obstacles in the way, and you may have certain obstacles put in your way simply because of your skin color. That is true, but that doesn't mean that you get to use that as an excuse to not work hard. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what position in life you're in. You're going to have to work hard. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to work hard. And some people say, well, yeah, there's white privilege. Sure, there's American privilege. I've definitely experienced that simply because I have an American passport. I get to go places and do things that other people can't do because they don't have the same type of passport. I have more money than them just based off of proxy. I'm not smarter than them. I was born in a different place, so my life is significantly better. American privilege 101. So everyone has privileges, everyone has advantages, and in this game of life, you'd be a fool not to play to your advantages. Like who downloads a certain character arc just to not play by those advantages? 100%. When I was in Europe, I had advantages over white dudes. White chicks wanted me. When I was in Asia, white dudes had an advantage over me, and they should play to those advantages. You're not a racist or wrong or a bad person for playing the game of life in an unfair way. The game's already unfair. You might as well play to your advantages. Make money. That's the great equalizer for a dude if you're trying to womanize or whatever the case may be. Make money. Get in good shape. Learn how to speak to people. Hold eye contact. Learn how to shake someone's hand. Like, learn how to speak from your diaphragm, so that way your voice isn't super high and crackly. Like, be able to talk and speak normally. All of these things matter. He said something too that I thought was really interesting. He said that basically, like, my character and my behaviors define me, not the color of my skin. That's exactly what Martin Luther King Jr. said. You know, that everyone should be judged based off of their character and their credence or something like that. But the skin doesn't matter. But it's interesting now, you fast forward 40, 50, 60 years, like, people that are that really don't have anything going for themselves just blame it on their race. It's like, this isn't even what we fought for. We fought for the opportunity to be put in positions to do better. And black people are doing better, far better now in some areas, not in family, but like professionally, earning wise, things of that nature now than they were doing back then. But yet we're not making more families. What's the whole point of doing good financially? You don't just want to have a bunch of money and die. You want to be able to, like, I was watching this video, it was like, what was it? Borrow, buy, and then die, or something like that. Like, you want to borrow money, you want to have wealth, and then when you pass on, you want to be able to have your kids have that knowledge to pass on to the next generation. That's what you do it for. You're a placeholder for your last name, for your lineage. That's the whole point of this game. And if you're constantly blaming, oh, this game is unfair in aspects in some ways, you're right. It is. But only focusing on that isn't going to help you. How is it unfair for you? If you're a beautiful woman, it's already unfair for you compared to the average guy, right? If you're a white dude, it's unfair for you in some ways compared to a black dude. But if you switch locations, that's not the case. Like it depends. If are you what's your job? Like there's so many different ways to slice this cake. Is everything fair? No, but it's never going to be, and it never should be. But I guarantee you, if you break your life apart and you look at some instances and things, you can say, okay, my life is unfair in this regard. I'm going to go hard on these couple of things so I can elevate my life to the next level. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's just a game of life 101, dog. That's how it goes, baby. That's how it goes, man.
Surreal. And I hear a sound in my room as I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't believe in it. Guess what? You are going to move a lot more intelligently in life. If I think ghosts are real and I hear a sound in my room as I'm trying to go to sleep, I'm going to be terrified. Oh my God, ghosts are real. Fuck.
Yeah, true.
Casper's here. No. Or if I don't believe in that shit, I think paranormal stuff is a lie. I don't believe in ghosts. I hear a sound. I'm like,
it's the
go
wind.
to sleep.
Yes, that's the wind.
Same exact scenario, but my mindset allowed me to push through whatever it was. I know it's a random example, but you guys get the point. Mm-hmm. The point is that is the same exact example. How you respond dictates everything. Your frame of mind dictates everything. It's up to you if you're going to look at the cup half empty or half full.
That is true. Yeah, that's true.
And looking at things from a half empty perspective makes you forget that it's still half full, and you can make something happen with that.
Yeah, that's optimism and pessimism. Pessimism. Wow, I can't say that word. Optimism and pessimism. I think that's how you say it. It's basically saying like, oh, the cup is half empty, so now we only have 50% of the water, and we need 100%, and it's never going to work, and I don't understand how we're going to get the other. That's pessimism. Optimism is saying, all right, guys, we're halfway there. We got to just keep pushing so we can get the other half. We're in time to make the quota. It's all about the mindset. It's all about perspective. The glass is still halfway full, but how you decide to look at that is going to change your energy and your attitude towards it. This is kind of like the masculine version of explaining manifestation. You know how like a lot of women are like, oh, I manifested my whatever. Like, and they kind of go into like some airy fairy, Gatorade was in retro, whatever. And it's like, yeah, this is kind of stupid. But it comes off as delusional. But so is your mindset. And the only reason why it comes off as delusional is because other people can't really tell you're serious about your mindset until you have the actions to back up what your mindset is based around, right? So if people are like, oh, how did you become your family's first millionaire? I just didn't believe in systemic racism, and I decided to try very, very, very hard for a very long time until something worked. It's not sexy. Like, it's not going to make the news or whatever, but that's what happens. I woke up every day at 5 a.m. for 10 years. When I didn't want to, if I went to sleep at 4, I still woke up at 5 because that's what I decided to do, and that's what got me here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No cameras were rolling. Ain't no bitches come out. Ain't no music play. It was just me in the darkness, grinding alone for years upon years upon years, perfecting my craft, getting good, getting better, failing, feeling bad, feeling dumb, feeling like quitting, feeling like these people were right, and then getting up the next day and trying again and again and again and again and again, and understanding and feeling like I'm just running in place, but knowing in the back, deepest parts of my mind, heart, body, and soul, that all of this shit is going to pay off one day. And now this is the day where it finally pays off, and everyone's going to say that I got lucky. Everyone's going to say that I got lucky and that I had this privilege, or if I wasn't born in this country, or whatever the case may be. But they didn't see the hard work. They didn't see the grind. They didn't see the failures. They didn't see the times where I lost. They didn't see the times where I lost friends, and I lost money, and I lost time, and I lost that girl that I really loved, or I lost that car, or I lost that whatever. They don't ever see those parts. They just see the one success, and they're like, oh, you just got lucky. No, motherfucker. I pushed for this day in and day out. And the only way that I figured that this was work is that I was going to die on this hill, and I would have all of this information and knowledge to give to the next generation so they can make something work, or it was going to work for me. Those are the only two options I gave myself. Gun to my head, gun in my mouth, whatever the case may be. I needed to make this work. Plan B is plan A again until it works. Yeah, sure, tweak some things. You have a little bit of flexibility within the structure. I'm not saying do the same thing and it's not working, but understand like it's going to take you doing the same thing very well, better than anyone else to some degree, or the best that you can do it for a very long time, before you get any recognition from it. And that is regardless of your race. It's regardless of your race. Let's let him keep going.
So people need to stop using race politics to explain their inadequacies. I'm going to say that again. People need to stop using race as an excuse for their inadequacies, all right? And this is something that the black community does the worst of any other race. Biggest victim mindset ever. I don't see any other minority group bitch as much as the black community does about social injustices or racial injustices. Ever. Even the Chinese community and the Asian community. When COVID was going on and they were running around talking shit about Asians and making fun of them, whatever, there was no marches for that shit. Maybe one or two. But there was like no awareness on it. They dealt with it, overcame, that's it. They're not running around talking about, oh my God, Americans hate us. No, niggas went back to making fake Jordans. It don't matter. This is niggas in office. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Went back to running the Chinese restaurants,
Right.
liquor stores, everything. Back man, attack me. I got even. Same Hennessy. I double our price. Whatever. Niggas got even. So it's really up to you how you're gonna deal with the fucking problem, bro. It
Yeah.
really is. I refuse to use the victim narrative. And I can use it more than anyone, but I won't do it. It's fucking lame.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point, man. That's a fair point. I don't necessarily think that he could use it more than anyone, but I understand the premise. The premise is, do you want to be a victim or do you want to be the victor of your life? You can complain, you can cry, you can whine, you can gripe, but at the end of the day, no one gives a damn unless you're a beautiful woman. And if you're a beautiful woman, they may pretend to give a damn just so they can get something from you. So at the end of the day, no one really gives a damn. All right. You don't have to be a victim as long as you have air in your lungs, a beat in your heart. You wake up every single day with two things, a chance and a choice. Okay. You have a chance to be better than you were yesterday, and you can choose to either be a victor or a victim. So if you don't get anything out of this video, I hope you at least get that. All right, guys, that is all I have for this video. If you like the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget the best way to help out the channel is to watch another one of the videos that are popping up on the screen right now. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.